And hello and welcome to AleksTabletops MTG Study session 127, I believe. This is Study. My name is Alex, and today we continue to study Magic casually. Again, nothing serious, but just like basically playing things. So today's theme for the session is seeking a balance. So this is my current state of mind when it comes down to playing Magic. Like again, I'm participating in the Undercity Coliseum community tournament, and since I started the participation there, I kind of rethought, like actually rethinked about a lot of stuff considering Magic, like what type of deck is better to build, how to build them efficiently, but at the same time how to maintain this balance between like what I want to create, but like and what's actually competitive. So, and for me personally, this is kind of the thing at this particular instance. I will try to find a balance, personal balance within those kind of categories. I will try to find a balance to create something that is efficient, but it's still something that is mine. I mean, I don't want to just create decks that are too predictable. I mean, I still will try to create something that it's not necessarily 100% predictable. So yeah, in previous session we had sorry about it. We had a pretty big lag, 30 minutes lag. Hopefully it's not going to happen this session, because if it is, then I need to keep up with the lagging, with the delay, I would say, not lagging, basically extend the stream. Again, it's good to be a little bit more casual than usual, I guess. Lately, I promised myself that I'm not going to go super serious, so again, we have nothing to do, mostly. So in the last session we played Garbage Seekers and Water Seekers version, and it was probably a Russian stream, so we could actually continue to play with those decks and make them a little bit better. In order to build better my Darkness Seekers, I need to get more copies of certain cards here. I definitely need multiple copies of this, which I don't want to craft yet. Oh snap. This is not something that I wanted. Okay, let's just discard changes. So again, let's just go and play casually. We will start with Water Seekers, because this deck, again, this session kind of will repeat the session the Seekers are back. And previous ones. For now I want to focus on that, because there's not that many decks to play. I mean, I definitely need to completely rebuild my Seekers deck for a for Singleton. I will completely need to rebuild my Victory Seekers deck, which is again kind of a junk Planeswalker deck, whatever. It's pretty weird. My Speed Seekers, I don't necessarily like this deck that much, because I don't like the aggro decks, so I will wait for something better to make them better, or maybe just keep it for fast wins if I will need this, like daily challenges or whatever. Yeah, my Stuff Seekers kind of became better, but it's still pretty weak. It needs to be a little bit more defined. There's a lot of decks that we need to work on, and truly I don't want to create any more decks. Like, the reason why we get Water Seekers is probably because, oh snap, we get unstable connection for some reason. Ugh. One of the reasons why I decided to take the Water Seekers basically and keep them, because it was Merfolk deck before, but now it's mono blue. The Garbage Seekers, just I wanted to create a deck with reds, that's it. So yeah, let's just go. Again, I could talk forever here. We'll start with Water Seekers and proceed in this slow fashion of my Victory Seekers deck, which is again kind of... Sound works, good. Continue. Proceed. So yeah, so I already kind of scheduled a match with my opponent. Hopefully this match will happen tomorrow. If not, we will be able to reschedule. Hopefully, this is the idea. Okay, since this deck focuses on drawing cards, it's actually a decent pen. I mean, we will keep up with lands, I believe, if we will continue to draw constantly. So it actually might be a good one. Let's just take it. Oh. kind of wanted to play it right away. Oh no, man, this is 2 mana, not 1. Skibbity-bidoo. On Friday, or from Tuesday or Thursday to Friday, we will get an update, and specifically for a Russian-speaking audience. And again, I'm from Russia. It's going to be a good one because they are adding an update with a additional language, and the language is going to be Russian, which is sick because finally now I will be able to a little bit more like diversify my videos and my streams, because before that, like I definitely will try to keep up with streaming at least once a week Magic in English and once a week Magic in Russian. But before, of course, since the game itself was in English, I wasn't necessarily be able. Okay, we could play that one, and we're going to keep 2 mana to kind of fake into this. I will probably attack. Kind of wanna. It's weird, by the way. This is something that I wouldn't do. I mean, if you have the History of Benalia, why would you destroy the only creature that will benefit from it? So, I don't know. Maybe opponent has another one. This is the only explanation that I could have in this particular instance. So yeah, again, update, December 13 will happen. They will add, this information, by the way, is already known, like, from the previous Wednesday. I completely didn't notice it at all, unfortunately. Okay, I will. So hopefully opponent will attack with 2/2, and we're going to fake it. And we're going to kill it, because this is a pretty annoying one. Good. So, now we have a decision to make. Like, should we actually put a Oracle in play, but the thing is we don't have any creatures to attack with, or we basically will counter. So this one will become pretty big, so putting Oracle as a block wouldn't be a good idea, because it's just going to die, and this is not something that I would need. We could add a sleep, put a sleep on this knight and basically make this ability pointless, or we could keep things for counter, because opponent might put something decent in play with 4 lands and potential 5 coming. So yeah, let's just keep now lands to a counter. The only problem is we don't have necessarily that many spells in the graveyard to bring back, and for that reason let's just do this instead. Usually, I don't want to waste Devious Cover Up on 2 cards and return only 2 cards. I kind of want to usually return all 4 that I possibly can. And usually turn 4 or turn 5 is not something that opponent is usually putting super big threats. Okay, that's actually a good one. Okay. So, we'll be able to remove this one at some point. It's not that big of a deal. And now we will keep counter. So, returning 4 cards, 3 cards. Or should we put an Oracle? Because there's a big chance that opponent might remove it. No, let's just keep a counter. Opponent has 2 cards. If nothing, if opponent is not going to cast much, we will just we'll use Fountain of Renewal. I guess nothing. Okay. And since it's nothing, I probably will draw additional card. Okay, 2 cover-ups. It's interesting. Ugh, damn it, this is pretty bad. Opponent's just going to kill us if we're not going to do much, so I guess we have to continue to... Beep 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 beep. Say goodbye. All 4. I believe it's pretty good counter. Of course, opponent might have something better, but again, we need returner, right? Like nothing else. We need to return knight back, and we don't have any returners. This is super annoying at this point. Nope. We will return the only card that we have here. Return cover up, it's kinda cool. And next turn we're going to die unless we will return 5/5, so... Damn it, we didn't have returner. This is stupid. Come on, give us a returner, please. Land. Okay, no, we're not going to be able to use mass returner though. Yeah, we kind of don't have another choice in this particular instance, so we have to go with... Again, we're not going to be able to use a current temporal thing without any creature with... Yeah, should discard that one. Play land and put this one just for the sake of blocking 5/5 to survive. Because next turn we will be able to return all cards that opponent has. This is the only way for us. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, that was a good one. Yeah, we just basically didn't get lucky with returners. Usually I have a lot of returners, but we didn't get much. That was pretty disappointing. Okay. Okay. Another one. So yeah, for me personally, the way to keep the balance, for instance, this deck, it's a pretty good balance between something that works and at the same time something that's fun to play. I mean, it uses one definitive strategy. It's not necessarily 100% predictable. I mean, there are cards right here that probably you're not going to be able to predict. This is not a not necessarily a current meta deck. This is something that might be predictable, but considering the fact that there's so many cards in a Magic pool, it's probably something that you're not going to be able to predict that much. I mean, when you see Merfolks, you could think about anything. It's not necessarily going to be just like a Merfolk deck. It could be a mono black, whatever. It could be a mono blue. It could specialize on everything. And even though if I will start to draw a lot of cards, it's still not going to be definitive what this deck is all about. So I want to create these type of decks like this one. This is a perfect example. This deck is a perfect example of what I would want to create. Okay, we're probably going to do this next turn. Let's continue to attack. Yeah, we're having troubles with mana. Приветствую, Guiltior. Мы потихонечку рубим Magic. 13 декабря выходит, кстати, русификатор, ну, в смысле, официальный. К вопросу о русификаторе. Так, Жанишка. Официально русский язык в игру вводят с 13 там, на 14, по-моему, в ночь. То ли вечером 13. Короче. Так что куль-куль-куль. Русифицирует полностью игрушечку. На самом деле, Magic русифицировать не так-то сложно, да, у них по большей части все русский перевод уже готов в настольной версии, поэтому им нужно просто перенести его в игру и все. Поэтому можно сказать, что перевод для игры уже давно готов, и был лишь вопрос времени, когда его интегрировать в саму компьютерную версию. Эх, блин. Чё, придется возвращать Аджани? Что каждый ход просто будет меня сильно выносить. И надеюсь, сегодняшний стрим не будет тормозить. Но есть такая вероятность, что он будет все же тормозить, потому что опять какие-то проблемы с этим. Сейчас я обновлю, посмотрю, насколько сильно лаги идут. Yeah, we kind of don't have another choice in this particular instance. В общем, да, стрим снова немного запаздывает, поэтому уж соряйте, как говорится, я ничего с этим поделать не могу. Это то, что, увы, я контролировать не могу. Я делаю все, что могу, у меня нормальный интернет работает, у меня нормальная связь. Все зависит от того, какой сервер выбирает сама программа для стриминга. И иногда она выбирает нормальный сервер, а иногда она фиговый сервер выбирает. И вот сейчас сервер выбрался не очень, типа, удачный, поэтому она фактически вызывает небольшую задержку. Вот. В целом стрим нормально идет, я думаю, он не должен подлагивать, да, потому что скорость вполне стабильная, она достаточная для того, чтобы вещать. Так, давайте снесем вот этого дятла сначала. Хотя, с другой стороны, неплохо было бы убить солдата. Тем не менее. So yeah, I will get back to English. So yeah, we have a pretty big trouble at this point. We need lands. This is probably was a mistake to do. I probably should attack with Herald and then use chart to make things right. To basically draw additional cards. I would definitely draw land, at least one of them. Hopefully this will not cost me a win. I need to... I'm still fine. I mean, I need 4th land. Oh, you gotta be kidding me with this. Ugh. I'm gonna lose this game. Because of the mana screw. This is pretty annoying. And unfortunately I don't have any returners. So hopefully I will survive next turn and we will start to basically make like return cards and slow down the opponent. So we still have a chance. So yeah, we survived. And now it's time to basically start to return all of Gianni's back. We don't have enough for mass returner though. So yet, unfortunately. So because of this, we're probably first are going to top things. And hope for lands to basically get to the point of returning all of them back. How about what's happening with the lagging? Вот теперь стрим нормально фактически работает, да, то есть теперь он не запаздывает по скорости, но это уже создало определенный лаг в начале, и вот эти первые минуты лагов, они дают задержку, печально. Я говорю, со временем это все исправится, я надеюсь. Потому что сейчас это неприятно, конечно. Так. So again, we don't have a mass returner, like lens for a mass returner. Because of this, probably have to put as many defenders as possible and hope for... We probably could return one Gianni. Enters the battlefield. X cards. Or X's number of umpires you control. I guess we could do that. Okay, we don't need that. Come on, man. I need a land. I need a freaking land. And we're not going to... We need to stay in block. Because opponent is just going to kill us next turn. If we're going to play wrong. Again, we need land to use mass returner. This is the only thing that we need to survive. Like, one freaking land more. 4, 5, 6. We need 6. Or we're gonna die. This is the only thing that could save us in this particular instance. Kinda hoping for it. We have to block, don't have a choice, so kinda this. We have to lose all of them. I could keep one of them in play though. Need to think. Yeah, let's just keep 2/2 alive. We might use it later. Я выбрался не очень, типа, удачный, поэтому она фактически вызывает небольшой задержку. So yeah, we got Mass Returner, which is perfect. I mean, we could actually do this and return multiple things at the same time, but I actually want to use this one next turn. Hopefully opponent is not going to remove Kapala. This is the only kind of problem with this. Let's think. Return up to one target permanent to his owner's hand and exile target permanent. Yeah, let's just do that right away. Then there's going to be an extra turn after this one, when we return the rest of the guys. I probably should return to 2, attack. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, it's fine. It still works. Now return them massively. Attacking with Kapala is kind of risky. Hopefully it will work. Eventually everything has to work. We played against Garçon. And opponent continues to kind of regrow things. But again, we have another massive turner. We're not going to be able to survive for that long, unfortunately, because of the misplay. I probably should return this flyer first, attack, and that way opponent would have 20 lives instead of 22. We might not have enough time to actually survive this one. The opponent will probably have to discard a couple of cards. Oh, come on with the server. And again, I have usually like normal working connection. Okay, we're going to slow down. Continue to slow down. It's time to probably put River Sneak, or better this. No, let's just put this one for now. I need to start to draw cards starting from next turn. I might not have enough lands though. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. We're in big freaking trouble. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. I guess we have to return again. It's pretty annoying, but I don't have another choice here. I wish this one equipped cost 1 and not 2. Because next turn we're done. It's kinda annoying for the opponent, I guess. The fact we're constantly returning. And opponent has too many cards, so that means that opponent is not going to play Dusk anymore, because there's just... Let's hope that we'll continue to get some returners, at least single ones, or tappers. We still have a couple of those. Garçon. Skibbity boo. Yeah, we're not getting what we need. It's pretty bad. River Sneak's not going to help us. They're just not. So because of this, I'm just going to put a lot of blockers to block all these guys if opponent decides to attack. And I'm truly hoping for something that could change the situation. One thing that we would need is a counter spell that will return a couple of cards back into our library. We're basically waiting for cover up, hopefully. Waiting for cover up. Okay, we're going to block with... For us, one River Sneak is more than enough, so we're probably going to sacrifice one of those. Don't want to sacrifice Kapala. We might need that. this is pretty bad. So, okay. Okay, let's think. Opponent will deal 3 damage, we will draw a card. So either we put in 2, like equipping this one on Merfolk, attacking and drawing a card, 1 card, or we put in this one. And this one, and drawing 2 cards. And well, hopefully you'll get at least a decent returner. Or something. So that way we'll draw 2 cards, but these 2 cards might not get us what we need. Lens. Oh snap. Okay, Opted's not a good thing. Damn it, this is a good one, but hopefully we'll be able to actually use it next turn. Not this one. But it's actually good. Time of Ice will help us, at least to slow down the opponent. Slightly. We have to... Oh, whoa, snap, we're actually dying. Yep, we're dying. Yeah, I did everything that I could. A couple of misplays, but it actually wouldn't matter. I mean... We got proper cards, but we didn't get them in a proper time, unfortunately, so... Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. Continue. It's pretty annoying that stream has a inconsistent speed. It's something that, again, eventually when I will upload those videos as recordings, they're going to work fine. But during the stream, again, this is the problem with connection when you're choosing certain servers, and on certain servers the connection is unstable. It goes up and down and up and down, and usually it's consistent enough to basically stream properly, so it's not going to result in buffering, but it will result in slowing down this, like delaying the stream itself, which is unfortunately something that sometimes it happens. And this trouble might occur during the month of December, the whole month of December, which is not the best because servers kind of are overloaded. There's a lot of people streaming at this time. And I believe there's going to be even more during the January. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe the opposite will happen. No one is going to stream there in January. So, unfortunately, this is the thing. So hopefully the opponent will put something in play, but I doubt that because this is the deck that probably works with Surveil. So opponent's just going to draw multiple times, so it's better to actually play Trickster. We're not going to utilize Trickster any soon. This is one of those decks that basically is super slow, and opponent not putting creatures in play until the late game. So we need to kind of go faster and utilize as many abilities as possible. So because of this, it's better to actually play Trickster now, attack with it, draw 2 cards next turn, and etc. Because I don't have another choice. So yeah, we could actually place Heralds. Now let's just attack. Draw 2 cards. Cool. We got enough lands. So we have 2 cover-ups, which is pretty sick. I mean, at some point we need to think about using cover-ups, but I'm not going to think about that unless we will get 2 or 4 cards in the graveyard, because it definitely has better value to use it that way. Phantasm. Okay, this one is going to be an annoying one. But again, we're just going to return it back. It's not that big of a deal. No matter how much, how many times opponent is going to surveil, we still will be able to bring it back. So it's kind of fine. Also, opponent kind of kills itself with this thing, slowly. So 4 damage opponent dealt to himself, which is pretty cool. So yeah, for now we're going to keep Counterspell. I don't want to return that one yet. Kinda hoping to actually use Cover Up. potentially, if opponent will play something big. Because there's kind of enough lands to do that. Opponent might know that we could have a counter spell, so it's probably going to be a cautious play, something safe. Okay, this thing is pretty annoying. I mean, whatever, let's allow it. I will try to find something better. Skip it in pim pim. And combat. So I 100% sure that opponent has a counter spell. So let's see what opponent has. Of course, opponent has counter spell in the Siren, so opponent could sacrifice Siren to counter that spell. Good. Less potential counters could be used next turn. For me personally, it's good. So, and it's still, I will still proceed into a using cover up next turn, hopefully. There's a pretty decent way to get rid of the Siren though. Oh, you gotta be kidding me with those Sirens. Ugh, freaking creek. I don't want to counter them, they're freaking annoying, but whatever. No. Have to allow it again. Come on, play something significant for me to counter. Ugh. Ugh. Barely. Yep. Okay, good. So now we're definitely going to go into mass counter, into mass tap probably. Or maybe not. Let's use this one instead. We'll tap that guy. We'll attack with both. So yeah, because stream is lagging and basically there's a pretty big delay, I'm going to write in chat everything. So it's going to be pretty annoying to kind of, because of the stupid delay. Again, unfortunately I can't do that much, so... Так, so let's just now opt. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of questionable. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. In order to cast Slin, we kind of need it, but I don't know. Okay, let's just take it. Might actually use it. This is the weirdest match ever in terms of what's happening though. Okay, I definitely want to counter that. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have an answer to this counter. Yeah, I probably should counter that one, but we're actually going to return it back, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh snap, we got 2 sleeps, which is cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cast the sleep itself, so let's just continue to slow down the game. We don't have additional draws, this is pretty annoying. Kinda super annoying. This is pretty bad. We're not going to be able to target opponent because opponent will basically just do this. So yeah, a couple of turns and we're actually done. Opponent might counter that. Opponent might have something with flash. Please don't have anything with flash. Please don't have anything with flash. Так, так, да, норм стримеров на русском почти нет, да, кто-то стример с какими-то мерзкими голосами, мой совет, если хочешь набрать аудиторию, пиликай каждый день на русском, когда выйдет обнова, я смотрел чел по Гвинту, год с самого начала его стримов, через 4 месяца ежедневных стримеров, у него было по одному каждый день на стриме. Ну вот это моя проблема, то что у меня не совсем есть время стримить каждый день Magic, да, Magic у меня не основной контент на канале, да, я в основном стримлю креатив, вот. И из-за того, что я стримлю креатив, я не могу Magic каждый день пилить, да, то есть, потому что я тогда потеряю, собственно, суть своего канала, да, ведь основная суть канала на креативе, Magic это как второстепенная штука, да, вот, и мне и так тяжело придерживать этот баланс, да, и как бы в этом плане, к тому же я не настолько хороший игрок Magic, чтобы народ меня часто-часто-причасто смотрел, вот. Вот я не спорю то, что как бы если сосредоточиться на каком-нибудь одном типе контента, да, вот в этом плане можно было бы подумать о Мэджике, то вполне можно добиться как бы успеха за достаточно короткий период времени. Ну, говорю, я делал так. Правда, я делал это на английском. Я стримил на английском около года, чуть ли не каждый день. Вот. Это не особо помогло. Вот, ну, с русским контентом я, если буду стримить отдельные стримы, то отдельные стримы будут вне расписания. Вот. А насчет разборов, хороший совет, не спорю, много народа делает это, всякие гайдики делают и так далее. Но опять же, что я могу подсказать в плане гайдов? Что я могу подсказать, чего люди уже не знают? Да, то есть, как бы, чтобы делать это, нужно сидеть и реально пилить в Magic, нужно реально в нем очень сильно и хорошо разбираться, нужно разбираться в мете, чтобы давать советы и делать гайды. А так как мне не то чтобы не хочется в мете разбираться, я просто не успеваю в мете разбираться, я только посмотрю на мету в текущем состоянии и только привыкну к ней, как новая мета выходит, да, то есть это... Я вообще считаю, что такого рода контент, который базируется на чем-то, что актуально только сейчас, немножко... за ним очень тяжело преуспеть. В общем, собственно, я сейчас напишу, что я об этом говорю. Я отвечаю на вопрос. Собственно, прямо сейчас. Вот, поэтому да, совет действительно хороший, не спорю то, что есть люди, которые так, по сути, и выстреливали. Так, кстати, его... блин. Так, counter target spell or ability that targets you or creatures you control. Блин, это отстой. То есть я не могу сейчас Master Returner использовать, потому что оппонент просто откаунтерит его, и все. Это очень плохо. Я все равно буду надеяться, что я выживу. Мы буквально в одном ходе от проигрыша. А то, что стримеров на русском почти нет, это только пока что сейчас, да. Сейчас реально русский язык выходит, народ пойдет так-то вообще нифигово стримить, поэтому... Это ход оппонента или мой ход? Мне вот это интересно сейчас. Если это ход оппонента, то есть вероятность, что у нас есть шанс еще и ребьюк использовать. Но я не думаю. Скорее всего, это... Хорош. Вот теперь мы ретернерим всех. Теперь оппонент не может пожертвовать, потому что уже использовал тот тип земли, который... Но это нам поможет только временно, скажем так. Вот. Поэтому да. Мне безумно хотелось бы это делать, но опять же, тогда я потеряю свою суть канала, да, то есть тогда я превращусь в стримера по Мэджику, а не буду креативным, типа стримером-художником, который параллельно в дополнение стримит Мэджик. То есть вот это самое страшное, то что многие стримеры очень быстро теряют свою индивидуальность, как только начинают стримить что-то ради популярности, да, то есть как бы... вот. И вот, это то, с чем также будет, можно сказать, своя собственная проблема, да, то есть, как бы, я делаю все так, как я делаю, пытаюсь придерживать тот баланс, который меня устраивает, и мне очень иногда хочется этот баланс немножко, скажем так, сломать, ну, как сломать, да, в том плане, что... Так, еще надо подумать. Блин, стой. Ну, короче, у нас явный мана-скрю идет. Нам нужна мана, чтобы... Это мы не можем кастовать. Мы ничего не можем кастовать. Мы ждем и умираем в следующем ходу. Эх, обидно. Я, правда, спасусь, скорее всего, в следующем ходу, но тем не менее. К тому же не у всех получается так вырасти быстренько, да, то есть как бы в том плане, что, я не знаю, есть люди, у которых просто какая-то там невероятная харизма, и они довольно быстро прируливаются. Есть люди, у которых уже есть какое-нибудь сообщество, и они вполне неплохо разбираются в игре, и у них есть знакомые, которые помогают им привлечь аудиторию и так далее. То есть там много факторов, да, поэтому вот этот пример касаемо того, что вот чуваку как бы за 4 месяца он достиг невероятное количество подписчиков и так далее, вот, это, скажем так, не всегда происходит. Это, скажем так, более редкая вещь, чем частая. Сейчас оппонент, скорее всего, пожертвует с этого. Не. Так, ну, мы просто отблочим, короче. А дальше посмотрим. Ну, пока что 6-6. Оппонент явно это не рассчитывал, но... Поэтому, скажем так, тактика хорошая, но она, к великому сожалению, противоречит моим целям. Вот, и это то, что меня печалит. Так, вот это хорошо или нет? Это нехорошо. Если мы сейчас это сделаем... Я мы проигрываем. Даже если мы сейчас его выложим, мы положим его без кикера, правильно? То есть он просто выйдет и все. Ну все, мы проиграли. Вне зависимости от того, что мы сделаем. Я и так считаю, что этот матч выживая больше, чем необходим. Поэтому, ну нафиг. Поэтому мое чистое решение, да, это как бы, чтобы не потерять индивидуальность, потому что реально очень тяжело, когда становишься стримером, типа, сохранить свои собственные цели. И если у человека цели нет, то ты фактически становишься человеком, который создает только ради популярности, да, то есть как бы немножко теряет себя изначально. Вот. В общем, на самом деле заметил, очень много стримеров вообще начинают стримить без какой-либо цели. Они тупо начинают стримить просто ради того, чтобы стримить, я не знаю, вот, они потому что думают, что это легко и вся фигня, да, и просто стримят. Вот. Я как бы шел стримить с определенной целью, поэтому как бы стараюсь сохранить этот баланс. Вот. Но я понимаю, что то, что я делаю, не каждому будет интересно, поэтому я вполне смиряюсь с тем фактом, что у меня не очень успешно стримы развиваются. Со временем, я думаю, выстрелит. Но если даже нет, то это не основная вещь, которую я делаю, поэтому я от этого не особо сильно потеряю. И мы почти выжили. Говорю, блин, вот эти занудные стомтеры, они так-то вообще очень выносят. Это одна из самых занудных карт. Они реально занудствуют нереально. Так, ну что, я дошел там до того, чтобы говорить об этом или нет? Сейчас я обновлю. Что реально запоздание адское. Блин, мы сегодня ни одного матча за час не выиграли. Ну ладно, пофиг, не страшно. Играю не ради побед, как говорится. Again, unfortunately, I can't. Какие же сильные подлаги, это ж пипец. Я там до сих пор еще даже на русский не перешел. Вот. Ну, в общем, будем надеяться, Guiltior дождешься ответа, если интересно, да. Вот. Ну, реально говорю, совет хороший. И я, по сути, знаю. Я перед тем, как начинал стримить, я смотрел, как стримеры достигали успеха. Это одна из тех вещей, которые много стримеров делают. Вот. И я пробовал то же самое делать, да, немножко. Не для русской аудитории, а чисто для английской, да, это не сработало. Вот. Но это было тогда, когда я мог это делать. Сейчас я уже себе это позволить не могу, поэтому тактика выжженной земли не сработает, увы. Сейчас, по крайней мере, да, как я сделал это в начале. В начале первые, наверное, 4 или 5 месяцев я, наверное, реально стримил, реально очень много. Чуть ли не каждый, да нет, каждый день. И время было немножко другое. Не по вечерам, а днем я стримил с 4, по-моему, по московскому. Но моя ошибка, наверное, был тот факт, что я сразу начал с английского контента, и русский я начал вводить намного более поздно, то есть позднее, и, как бы, опять же, правильное время нужно было выбрать, да, то есть, как бы, вот. Да и тогда я стримил Magic, еще арены не было тогда, вот, поэтому я тогда стримил в основном только английские версии Duels, Magic Duels и других Duels of Planeswalkers, которые в Steam доступны, которые у меня уже куплены мега давно. Так, не очень хорошая у нас рука. Ту-ту-ду-дум. К тому же еще вопрос в том, какую игру тоже стримишь. Например, там на Hearthstone люди больше будут идти на Gwent, чем на Magic. Это как бы одна из тех вещей, которые, увы, она есть. Есть просто такие игры, которые не всегда люди будут смотреть. Может быть, Magic будет смотреть солидное количество людей. Больше, наверное. Ну, я не думаю, что будет больше народу смотреть Magic, чем смотрят Hearthstone или Gwent. Особенно новый Gwent. Я не знаю, как там с новым Gwent'ом, если честно. Так. Сейчас, я думаю, лучше поприменить с атакой, опять же. Можно было бы, конечно, попробовать. So yeah, since we're basically losing constantly, I kind of decided to basically switch to English, to Russian, but again, I probably will, yeah. I will finish speaking my point in Russian, and then I will basically switch back to English. So... What's happening with the stream? This is annoying. This is really annoying. It's still lagging. It's lagging a lot. Okay, I definitely want to counter that. No, this is actually a pretty risky thing to do. I don't wanna. Opponent will probably block that. So yeah, we'll finish my point in Russian and then we'll basically continue in English. Поэтому да, в общем, в этом плане я реально много обдумывал и раздумывал, да, то есть как бы, вот. Я легкие пути не ищу, поэтому, как бы, вот, я двигаюсь к своей собственной цели, куда она идет, вот, я знаю, и... Все остальное это уже не под моим контролем, да. Я делаю со своей точки зрения все, что мне нужно делать. Я, безусловно, хотелось бы делать больше, если бы, например, сконцентрировать все внимание, например, только на Мэджике. Но опять же, как я уже сказал, увы, я не могу это сделать, потому что Мэджик не мой основной контент. Вот. И это проблема variety стримеров в какой-то степени, да. Я не скажу, что я variety стример, да, то есть у меня фактически, ну, можно сказать, да, что основной мой контент это креатив. Опа, вот это было хорошо. Вот, второстепенный контент это Magic, и дальше третичный это Brain Games Day, Storytelling Games Day. Но с ними тоже есть определенная, ну, то есть как бы, и можно сказать, что это variety, да, то есть, и тут как раз проблема. Если ты выбираешь какой-нибудь один контент и стримишь только его, у тебя больше шансов выстрелить в этом, потому что ты занимаешься только одним, и это единственное, что ты делаешь, да, то есть ты все свои усилия туда пихаешь. Вот. А когда у тебя много всего, то аудитория не будет удерживать внимание так сильно, да, то есть будут люди, которые будут приходить и уходить, но постоянной аудитории не будет, к великому сожалению, вот, потому что будет часть контента, которая этим людям не интересна, и они лучше найдут человека, который стримит что-то одно, чем человека, который стримит много всего, вот, то есть здесь, как бы, да, много таких вот моментов, которые, увы, контролировать, типа... Поэтому да, я стримлю то, что стримлю, увы, для некоторых, но для себя я знаю, что я делаю, да, то есть, как бы, поэтому... Иногда меня берут мысли, что, о, круто, если бы я занялся только Мэджиком и стримил бы только Мэджик, возможно бы стримы, ну, как бы, я бы чуть больше прироста аудитории был, да, но, с другой стороны, я потом начинаю одергивать себя и говорить, тогда я потеряю себя, да, то есть, как бы, я не Мэджик стример, я креативный стример, который в дополнение к этому стримит Мэджик. Поэтому, когда такие вещи приходят, ты начинаешь понимать, что, как бы, да, свои истинные цели, главное, всегда держать проверки, да, то есть, и не предавать себя, скажем так. И если бы я стримил бы только Magic и ничего более, что я уже пытался делать, да, я бы просто предавал себя. Блин, да что ж такое-то происходит? Короче, полная задница нам не везет. We're getting screwed with mana completely in this particular instance. We need mana to play a lot of big cards, and we're not able to play them because we don't have enough mana. So this is pretty bad situation, and we're just going to die. I'm playing against the Dragon deck, which is by itself pretty hard deck to play, and pretty complex deck to play. Two. И возвращаясь, да, к вопросу о том, что если ты стримишь в течение большого количества времени, вот так вот каждый день, то ты можешь хорошую базу построить, да, то есть как бы, но потом ты вряд ли сможешь придерживаться этому, и люди обычно выгорают и потом перестают стримить. В смысле, перегорают и перестают стримить. И такого очень много. То есть очень легко, будучи стримером, перегореть. Это одна из тех вещей, которая возникает, когда ты пытаешься в первые 6, там, сколько-то месяцев фигачить как сумасшедший, да, и привлечь невероятное количество аудитории, но потом ты понимаешь, что ты не сможешь поддерживать тот же самый, скажем так, ту же самую динамику, и со временем ты начинаешь осознавать, что, блин, пофиг, короче, я сдаю эту игру. Я мог бы посидеть, и я не знаю, почему оппонент нас не убивает. Единственное, что могло бы меня спасти, это массовый ретернер, я мог бы его ждать, но... Yeah, the only thing that could save us is mass returner, but I decided to basically skip that. So yeah, we played with this deck for an hour and we won 0 matches. I don't know what's happening, but it's pretty stupid. Probably today's stream is going to be the weirdest one in terms of the losing streak. I'm losing all matches today. I didn't won one match today. It's super annoying, and I'm choosing a red deck now for the second hour, and it's going to be even worse because I don't believe that this deck is going to be able to win us any matches, because previously we lost all matches with this deck, and we kind of won a decent amount of matches with the mono blue. So hopefully this is going to work. Okay, it's pretty weird hand, but it's actually kind of works. I mean, we have one red colony. We had hook. One of the reasons why I took it because we have sanity, which will probably opponent will remove as quickly as possible. Blue in this deck is a splash, so it's not necessarily a 2-color deck. This is 1-color deck. Okay, we could start to plant reds. Okay, we're playing against Merfolk deck, which means that we actually might have a chance. Unless... it all depends, of course, what Merfolks these are exactly. Because depending on what type of Merfolks we're playing against, it might change. It might change, it might change. So yeah. Let's try to put Thief of Sanity in play and see what opponent will do with it. And we will continue to attack with reds too. I doubt that opponent will do something with it. Which is probably unwise because opponent will deal a lot of damage to us, but let's see. Also, opponent kinda has quite mana screw. So, it could be beneficial personally for us. We'll continue pressing opponent, hopefully. This is the first time that I actually will use this, like, not the first time, probably third time. So, choose one of them and exile one of them, and the rest is going to be on the graveyard. Okay, we will choose this one. We might need that. We will place more Merfolk for sake of blocking. Could be a good thing. Yoo-hoo! That was a weird thing. probably one of the first matches that we won with this deck. Not the first one, but that was cool. That was cool. Magic. Okay, we won our first match. Finally, it happened. I'm happy about it. It's cool. So yeah, I want to kind of update what I talked about with the kill tier. Before that, I guess he's already basically left, but still, I kind of still continued to talk about this thing. Like, he actually kind of made a suggestion, or should I say not suggestion, but kind of an advice for me to stream Magic more, and especially in Russian once Russian will be added into this game, and basically stream it on multiple occasions every day, and that way I will basically grow an audience. And I kind of agree with that. So I mean, it's actually the way that it usually works. You're basically choosing one content to stream, you streaming only this type of content constantly, you're streaming it for an audience that is still searching. So for instance, especially at the beginning of the game, it would be a good idea. So since there's not that many Magic Arena Russian streamers, there's like a couple of them only, it could be a good idea truly to actually start to create some type of guides and lots of stuff. Oh snap, this is pretty bad. Okay, this is first strike. This is not something that is good. Okay. Oh, guess what? I'm not going to attack. Yet. So yeah, I will try to cover this thing that I'm talking about in English that I talked about in Russian, because I believe it's kind of a good thing, because it's related to what I'm doing now. It's related. This is the reason why I streamed Magic and overall. Like, I have my own reasons why I'm streaming Magic. I don't want to make Magic my main content. This is one of the things that basically makes it hard sometimes for me to balance what I'm doing. I actually opened a second copy of this at Rata, and now I have 2 copies in my deck. So after I will attack and hopefully exile it, if opponent is not going to remove it with Fight with Fire or combination of any other spells, I actually have a chance to kind of win the game with it by exiling 3 permanents. Or how many we need to exile? If they own 3 or more exiled cards with hit counters on them. So I never won the game with this one, nor I saw a player winning the game with this one. So I believe this is not a winning condition that happens often, but it's still a win condition that might happen sometime. So okay, thinking. Here probably could be a good idea to actually make. No, for now let's just attack. Say goodbye to one guard. Okay, putting Loud Threats can be a risky one because opponent might have a mass removal. So because of this, I probably, I don't know. Would think to play Karn. Oh, snap, Deja Vu. I'm having Deja Vu at this point. This is not cool. Yeah. Use all lightning strikes that you can. You're not going to be able to kill all rats. I'm going to skip that. Let's go play Karn. Starting from next turn, opponent could actually start to take our rats under his or her control, which is not a good thing. So because of this, we need to attack and force opponent into blocking, which I doubt will happen. Tony's advice: don't forget to take breaks, drink water, and stretch. It's good for your health. Yeah, thanks for that, Tony. So. Oh, this is bad. This is freaking bad. Oh. Hopefully opponent is not going to give us a rat, but actually going to give us an equipment. Because what we need is equipment. Yep, opponent gave us equipment, which is pretty sick. That means that we'll be able to penetrate the opponent's defense with just attacking with one red, which is pretty cool. And the rest will stay in block. Yeah, this turn we might die if opponent has the right card. And I kinda know what opponent has potentially. Freaking unstable connection. Yep. Heroic reinforcement is the exact thing that will kill us now, unfortunately. No, we actually will survive. No, we're going to die. Even if we will block that and that, we're still going to die. Shouldn't attack though. Ugh. What you can do. Today is the day of losing. I'm actually feeling kinda off today. I don't know. This is just a personal thing. Sometimes it happens. You're just feeling you're feeling off. Like I played Magic today. I won only one match from probably 5 or 6 matches. It's just weird. Sometimes it happens. Like the day started pretty off, and the rest of the day kinda off. So, and considering the fact that now the servers is lagging again, it's annoying. I will try to find a better servers next time. But again, each time before I'm launching the stream, I always checking out the server and I'm making sure that it's not going to lag, that it's stable. And it still sometimes breaks down the whole stream. I don't know. It's something that I just can't control. I'm doing everything in my power to make it right, but it still kind of doesn't work. So let's see. How big is the delay? Так, ну что, я дошел там до того, чтобы говорить об этом или нет? Сейчас я обновлю. Holy crap. This is bad. Что реально запоздание адское. Блин, мы сегодня ни одного матча за час не выиграли. About 12 minutes delay, maybe more. And it will increase the more we will stream. Unfortunately, I can't stop streaming, because if I will, it's just going to ruin everything. And it's going to be harder for me to then put all recordings together. So if I started streaming, I will finish streaming regardless of lagging or not lagging. Since today is the off day, let's just make this stream as an off stream day. Whatever happens, happens. So even if we're going to lose most of the matches, it doesn't matter. Okay, DKK. SIP or KIP or CIP 1337. So yeah, I will try to continue to talk about this. So again, we need a freaking lens to put turrets in play. Or better. It's actually something that will help us to survive. It might stop opponent from attacking at least. So yeah, I will get back to the thing that I tried to talk about, like the guilty or advice about like basically in order to get the audience, you basically have to create a lot of guides on YouTube and basically stream every day in Russian once the update will release. No, this is pretty bad. But it's still something that we'll be able to vlog though. This is interesting. Survived. But what's the point though? Yeah, we're losing this one regardless. I mean, the only thing that could help us is the guy that basically will make all my creatures unblockable and will allow us to attack. At this particular instance, I probably will sacrifice a couple of reds to kill 2-2 and 2-3 if opponent will attack with them. This is something that I need to consider. Please don't put more enchantments, damn it. Okay, one red is now unblockable. Oh, we will make it. So yeah. So yeah, in terms of the making guides, this is something that I don't want to make because again, this is my personal thing. I don't want to create guides because I already talked about the overall purpose of guides. Usually, the purpose of guides is to know the game pretty well and know the current meta and constantly stay aware of the current meta and how it changes. For me what the heck? For me personally, this is not something that I have time for. I truly don't have time to constantly monitor changes in the meta game and on a professional level to make guides that will help someone. And because of this, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to create those guides because I'm just not equipped in the knowledge nor time available to spend that much time to make magic, to basically know magic to this level. If magic would be the only content that I would create it, just magic and that's it, nothing else. It's kind of interesting when opponent will steal. Probably our 210 guy. I will still kind of want to transform it. It's going to steal it really regardless. Okay. What we need to try to do is to probably try to kill 9-9. Oh no. Yeah, we're not going to be able to kill 9-9. Unless we're going to kill 3 reds on him. Trample, first strike, vigilance. 12. Hopefully it will work. So again, one of them will die regardless, and the rest of 2 will deal damage. No, it's not enough, damn it. Probably should choose another red. Why? Why it survived? I don't get it. I missed something? Screw that. This is pointless. Ugh. I want to quit the game right now. You don't even know like how much I'm gonna quit the game at this point. Ugh, so disappointing. Yeah, today I will lose a tier 3, as is going to be embarrassing. Probably should stop playing with these decks. This is the time where people are usually playing competitively, and my decks are not competitive, as I said before, so people are playing for gold and lots of other stuff. So yeah, getting back to this, so again, I can't create guide, unfortunately, because again, any guide requires a constant monitoring of the meta game, and this is not something that I want to do. This is not something that I truly have nor time, basically don't have a luxury to do, basically. Like, the only thing that I can do is create streams, make quick kind of MTG quick studies, kind of breakdowns, and this is the only... Oh, damn it. That was a mistake. Ugh. Yeah. When you're off constantly. Whatever. So, say hello to Captain's Hook. Oh, this is the first time that I'm seeing this one. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a creature card among them, put it into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, better transform it. Kinda cool. And to the question... Yeah, to the question of streaming daily, this is something that I could probably do with Magic, because I'm playing Magic regardless daily, just going through the daily quests and etc. So once Russian language will become available in the game, this is something that I might actually do to create streams outside of the schedule, unscheduled streams that I planned before and I started before, but then I stopped doing them. So this is something that I of course could think of. Okay, this is kind of cool, but it's not going to work. I will attack. Kind of interested what it will do. I will kill both of them. It had to block with both. It has menace. Yeah, we'll kill both of them. First, it's going to be a Mistbinder, and then... say hello to another one. Hahaha, pretty cool. So yeah, since we're constantly losing, since I'm losing the whole freaking stream, I guess I'm just going to talk about this stream thing, which is something that I guess could be helpful for someone. Okay, yeah, we have a pretty severe mana screw at this particular point. It's pretty bad. We need at least 4 lands to play most of the cards that we have, and we don't have it, which is pretty bad. Oh, we have so many awesome plays, but not enough mana to do that. Okay, cool. Cool. So here I'm going to put red in play, and this guy, to put it on one of the reds next turn. Yeah, I kind of want to press. This is the only way for me to win. Interesting decision. So next turn we potentially could win this. But I believe opponent actually has a plan. So yeah, I can't create guides because I'm just not equipped with the skills nor time to actually study the meta game. And this is not something that I'm interested in. I don't want, like, again, I'm not a competitive player, I'm a casual player, and for a casual player to create a freaking guides, it doesn't seem right. I mean, Like, if you're a competitive player, you will teach other competitive players by creating a certain amount of guides and helping them into achieving better results. But if you are a casual player, what you can teach others? Like, please tell me. What the heck is this? Oh, for each creature you control. This is interesting. This is going to be an interesting one. I guess opponent will lose. No, opponent not going to lose. It all depends how opponent will block, though. So first strike will work first. It's a shame that we don't have trample there. Yeah, we're going to lose only one rat, which is acceptable. Okay, cool. This is the first time when my equipments are actually working, because it's not that many situations where they're actually working. Unfortunately, it's kind of disappointing. Okay, wait a minute. I will be in a minute. I will be back. Opponent continues to play, of course. I will try to comment while this happening, but I doubt that this commentary will be any helpful. Come on, I'm waiting for opponent to do something. Whatever. Thinking, doing things, making things right. I'm not there, I'm not seeing what's happening. Please update me. Update me. On what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, we just won the game? Opponent decides to quit? Cool. I truly didn't saw what's happened. I guess I need to rewatch it later. Okay. Let's just get back. Finally, we're starting to win. Again, this is highly unlikely deck to win, but again, it all depends on the time. Like, sometimes you get in lucky in certain places and you're actually winning with the decks that you're usually losing with. It's magic, it's unpredictable. And again, getting back to the thing with creating guides and the rest of the thing, again, if I would approach Magic as a singular game that's this is the only game that I will play, for instance. If I would approach Magic that way, of course, that way I would, of course, work on understanding a meta game better, and then I would, of course, will play a little bit more competitively, and etc. and etc. But since this is not the case, I can't do that. This is just not the way that my plans are lined up, unfortunately. So, yep. This is, yeah, and in terms of the streaming daily to get some audience for the Russian streams at the beginning of the Russian language streams, it's actually could be something that I could actually take into consideration. This is something that I actually considered before on multiple occasions, but this advice is kind of actually fitting to this particular situation because yeah, now red is flying. Opponent has lots of removal, so this red is just probably going to die. And unless we're going to get a fourth land, we're done. I mean, almost everything that we have in our hand is something that we'll be able to play only with the fourth land. Okay, at least we're getting reds, which will amplify this one, which is good. So yeah, I probably will bring back unscheduled streams in Magic Arena, and I will probably stream them somewhat daily, or at least probably like additional day of the week, we'll see. Because for me, every time that I'm going to create a additional stream or unscheduled stream, this is another time that I need to take from my day to upload it to this on YouTube, create text for it, and etc. It's just basically takes a lot of time to do sometimes. So, and again, it probably could be a good idea to create an unscheduled streams, so bring them back basically once Russian language will be supported. So it's something that I could consider. Good, we got a proper land, which is pretty cool. I guess we're going to push. We don't have that much of a choice. So yeah, next turn we could put 3-5 in play. Or at least blocker. I actually need to think what to put in play though. If we will get a red, of course it's better to play a red, because that way we'll continue to attack. We didn't get a red. We didn't get red. Let's go a little bit more cautious. No, let's just put this one. Oh, come on, we can't. I'm completely forgetting about it. Whatever. Okay, let's put a wall then. It's a pretty decent blocker. And continue to attack with reds. Hopefully the opponent isn't going to have any removal. It's pretty interesting that the opponent doesn't have any removal. I guess this is it. Yep, murder. Hello. Oh, hello, murder again. Okay. Then wall is going to fly. This is pretty interesting thing. This is the first time that I'm doing this. Usually this defender is just a regular defender, doesn't have any reach, but now this wall is actually will be able to block flyers, which is pretty cool. Okay, I never saw this one prior. So when it dies, destroy target creature an opponent controls, and you pay for and you gain 4 life. Target creature. Okay. This is actually pretty bad. I'm in trouble. I'm in freaking trouble. I got player to 5 lives, and now I'm getting in trouble. This is pretty bad. Ugh. The opponent will continue to regain lives, so it's going to be bad. I'm not going to be able to use Golden Guardian. Oh, probably let's use it. What the heck? We're going to use it to block 4/4. Or equip to 10. We'll see. Oh snap! Hello, Yargle. Hello, Yargle. Yeah, probably will just kill 4/4. Opponent will probably. If opponent will attack with it, though. Okay, opponent decides not to attack with it. This is interesting. I don't want to lose any creatures. We don't have enough mana to make this one undestructible, so kind of a bummer. We have to skip that one. If I had 2 mana, I would make this one indestructible. Okay, good. We have more than enough mana, which is cool. Not enough again to fight with anyone. I could kind of equip that one, and then force it to fight it, but probably wouldn't have enough. No, actually I would have enough mana. We would lose red, and we would lose the ability to block with 4/4 to 10. Let's think. We need to think. No, let's just for now stay in defense, because next turn is going to be kind of a decisive one. Opponent has Yargle, we need to be able to block it with something. Opponent continues to attack with Death Touch creatures, it's kind of a bad one. Yeah. Okay, we'll make this one indestructible. Then we will skip the rest again, seriously? 6, okay, we'll skip the 6. The 6 damage. It's quite a lot, but it's acceptable. Yeah. Our splash doesn't working. Not working at all. So I will try to do this now. So let's try. So crew. Fight. Fight. Transform. Now we have more than enough mana to put something that we would need, which is pretty cool. Are we able to... No, we don't have enough mana to do that, but we're able to play this one. And not enough mana to block, unfortunately. It's kind of... And we'll probably will attack with this thing, just for the sake of transforming it. Could actually help us. Ugh, skibbity ba boom. Opponent gained life. It's pretty big bummer. Oh snap! We actually got 2 lands to make our wall indestructible, which is pretty cool. So we'll be able to block Yargle, but it's not enough to actually survive. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're done. Now opponents just have to attack with all of them to win. Probably a mistake though. We're blocking Yargle here, and probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One of these guys maybe. Yeah, it's a pretty bad matchup. We get opponents to point of losing, but it wasn't enough. And we're losing without dignity. Or with it doesn't matter. Whatevs. Whatevs. We're dying regardless, so. That one probably has. Oh, yeah. At least we killed Yargle. That was the main idea. But still, cool thing about this game that I tried things that I never tried before in this deck. So ideally, they working. They are all these things are working, but we need to find a proper situation for it. Okay, we'll continue to play this deck. Why the freak not? So yeah, I might actually decide to stream Magic streams a little bit like constant occasions. But the other problem is, since they're going to be unscheduled, the only place to know that I'm streaming them is going to be on Discord. So, because kind of the way that things are working. Okay, this is pretty bad. Okay, this is kind of the same. Whatever. Probably even worse. We'll see. So yeah, and again, this is a good way to talking about like seeking a balance. Again, seeking a balance, we could think about seeking a balance in the game, which is something that I will try to do. At some point. It's basically find a balance between creating something that is efficient and could be competitive, and something that is just I want to create for fun and try. So for instance, with the Red Colony deck, it's pretty simple. It's probably not efficient at all, but this deck is fun to play. And although we're going to lose most of the matches, but the matches that we're going to lose are going to, or those not many matches that we're going to win are going to be the matches that we will have fun hopefully. So again, we have a good start, good early game because opponent has mana screw. But this early advantage could basically end pretty quickly. Oh, guess what? This is the first time that we're actually playing it. Damn, not first time, probably second one. So we took a pretty good hand. Fine hand. We didn't get mana screwed, and opponent got mana screwed. Probably this is the reason why we potentially will win this. If opponent is not going to do anything this turn. Scam, skibbity, pam pam pam. So again, and the same goes with the finding a balance with the streaming, because again, right from the beginning, I tried lots of different things. First couple of months that I started to stream, I streamed only creative, and this is the only thing that I streamed. It didn't work because I wasn't up to a level that for the people to actually watch me. So then once I start to stream Magic, I stream Magic on a daily basis too. It was a time where I actually streamed Magic first part of the day, then second part of the day I streamed creative, and etc. So it was actually crazy. I streamed Magic a lot, like so tried that, didn't work because again I streamed something irrelevant at that time. So old Magic games, like not that many people played Magic Duels, not that many people played previous Magic games, Duels of Planeswalkers, and etc. So it was a good like thing to take it down the trip down the memory lane and remember something that was sometimes at some particular instance popular or at least relevant. Hello, Kichinsky. So the same kind of goes with Magic though. So my Magic journey was a long one in terms of starting streaming it. But I actually at some point kind of lost my identity, and since then, in terms of the streaming, and since then I'm trying to be cautious about what I'm streaming and how I'm streaming, especially when it comes down to the Magic. So now I'm actually trying to stream things the way that it keeps my identity. So I don't want to lose myself as a creative person. I don't want to just become a gaming streamer only. And this was one of the things that kind of Guiltior advice was kind of suggested, that if you want to become a popular streamer, you have to stick to one thing. Or at least it was implied, I guess. Or at least this is the thing that I personally noticed in there. Probably should choose this one with treble, but whatever. Yeah. Kind of have to skip, unfortunately. Yeah, it's probably a mistake to actually put a red in play. Probably should play Blade. Because the punch is just going to kill that one. Not cool. Especially now, considering the fact that I have a separate AleksTabletops channel for games, it's even harder to separate those, because like from one standpoint it's easier, but there's the one part that makes it hard. I'm going to die next turn. So like part of me wants to produce more content with Magic, but I understand that I already produced so much content that no one's ever going to watch it, so why bother to do more than you should do and that you have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Yep, in order to equip this one, we actually have to... This is pretty interesting to actually attack with this one now. I'd rather stay in defense now. We need more reds to start to draw cards. Yep, we're not getting ones. It's kind of annoying. Of course! The top. Damn it. Pretty cool strategy though. I mean... So 2 of the damage is going to be prevented. 6. Let's skip that one. It's like I'm planning to kill a opponent with 1 freaking turn. No, we're not getting lucky at all. Of course, another land. We got mana screwed. Awful. Opana. This is something that I never seen at all. Like, enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-dinosaur creatures. That was pretty good. This was probably the first kind of a true big dinosaur deck that opponent was able to win without having that many mana in its possession. Because there was a lot of humans that basically reduced the cost of the mana. That was pretty cool. Again, we'll continue to play with Rat Seekers, or with what? With Garbage Seekers for now. So yeah, and getting back to this balance, again, I'm trying to not to lose myself creatively, and because of this, I truly don't want to create more content for Magic than I can, or that I need to. Of course I could create more content, but then it's going to take away from creative. And for me personally, it's pretty hard to maintain this balance, to basically keeping creative as something as a main one and Magic as something additional. For instance, right now, if I'm actually truly being honest, I'm creating more content for Magic than for creative, unfortunately. And it's kind of bothers me already. And, oh, this is interesting. Okay, actually could take that one. It's a pretty risky one to take, but we have a winning thing if we will get enough lands. And, of course, if opponent is not going to remove Tetsuko from the game. It's going to be an interesting one. So, yeah. And sometimes you have to see opportunities and use them, and in this particular instance, the opportunity presented itself with the Russian language was going to be added to the game, and I kind of have the opportunity to start to stream more to attract audience to Magic streams. But at some point, I will need to face one simple thing, that I'm not a Magic streamer in its core. I mean, I'm a creative streamer in its core, and if I will find too many audience, like if I will get too much audience at some point, I will start, like, I will feel obliged to this audience, or how to properly say it, I will feel like I have an obligation before this audience to stream more Magic, and eventually I will just basically lose myself, and this is not something that I want. And knowing this is one of the potential things that might happen, because of my adaptability, I could actually get there pretty quickly, and this is not something that I am ready to do. Especially at this particular instance, considering that the fact that I have so many things to do creatively, then that's sometimes I'm even thinking, like, should I even stream Magic now or create any content for Magic, because I just, like, I overloaded with work, and I just don't have time to spend on Magic more than I'm spending already. And yeah, and creative juices are flowing, and there's a lot of ideas that I could implement into Magic streams and make them better, and not only streams into overall Magic content, but again, I have to focus on creative, and this is something that basically sometimes kind of bothers me a lot. But in the end, if you remember who you are, this is bad. Next time we're going to lose the rating. Ah, freaking creek. I guess let's just do that. Let's just lose the rating. Regardless of that, it doesn't matter. December 13, there's going to be a completely new rating for best of 3, which is actually going to be a true rating. I guess every person is going to start from 0, so it actually doesn't matter even if we're going to drop rating to a 0. It's not going to matter because ideally every rating is going to be set. Or maybe not. No, actually it should. This is a part of the closed beta. Consider it a new season. It's a relatively decent hand. And even considering the fact that I still want to make a creative content a priority, I still will do my best to produce Magic content on a constant basis, at least to some extent. I will still probably continue to stream Magic, not probably, highly likely, as long as I can. The only time that I probably will start stream Magic less, there is a possibility of that, of course, only if we'll get to the point of starting to create our own games. So when I will start to create my own games, this is going to be exactly a place where I need to find a way, I need to find time to create my own games and play less in those games. So when this time comes, this is going to be exactly the time to kind of stream Magic less. But till this will happen, it's not even a 1 year. It's going to take a lot of time before I will get there, because first I need to become a pretty decent artist. Oh, this was a misplay. That was quite a misplay. We need additional land to put both of these guys. Oh, this is pretty bad. Who's going to lose this game? Even quicker. And of course, just going to steal away. Probably steal away. I don't have time, I'm going to lose the match. Gotta be freaking kidding me with this. I hate this. I'm super frustrated. I mean, the days like this, the days like this sometimes kind of make you think, should you even consider play Magic or not? But it's so distant thought that I probably never going to take into consideration, because again, I decided to tie my life to Magic to some extent, and I don't want to play Magic off and on. This is not something that I want. Like, I was an on and off player, off and on player before, and I didn't like that. So, of course, there's going to be a time in my life where I need to take breaks from Magic, because you just can't keep up with the game sometimes. But I will try not to do so. Like, I might not to play Magic like outside of the streams, but what I will do probably is create recordings with Magic and at least produce some type of a content with Magic. This is something that I will try to do on a constant basis regardless. It's just might shift depending on the workload and accessible time or available time. Why? 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 Okay, that was quite nice. Opponent made a huge misplay there. This mentor guy is pretty annoying against reds. We're not going to be able to attack, or we're going to lose the red. Oh, hello, Corsair. 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 Guess what? Stay in defense. Let's hope that the opponent doesn't have another steal away though. Highly doubt that. Flying. It's pretty cool. Prevent 2 damage. We might actually use that one on one of the reds. Since opponent might have a steal away, I don't want to risk attacking with 3-5. No, I actually will risk, what the heck. Nothing to lose. If I will lose it, so be it. So now we need to exile. So we probably will exile something that we're not able to block. Flyers, kind of more annoying. And if opponent will place another one, we're kind of in a danger. I probably should put this one on the other red to basically block. If opponent would decide to attack with 2-2. So, I guess opponent has settled the wreckage. So, attacking with all reds, it's not a good idea. Probably will attack with just one. We're going to lose the red, but this guy will die too. Why red has survived? Okay. What was that? No! I guess we're winning. Unless opponent has a settled wreckage. Which is one of the reasons why opponent attacked. I'm 100% sure that opponent has settled the wreckage. This is just not even considered. Opponent is waiting for us to attack with all reds. So we will attack with only 2. This is something that I... Seriously? Okay, apparently opponent doesn't have settled wreckage. Oh, this is bad. But it doesn't matter. We're still going to win. I tried to play cautiously. Yoo-hoo! What? What? What was that? Why? Why opponent drew a card? Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell. Isn't this a creature? No, this is a vehicle. Okay, that was quite a lot of damage. That was quite cool. Yeah, we're almost done. We're getting closer to the end of the stream. Since there's no audience, like that, I believe I'm probably just going to end stream after we'll reach 2 hours. So can block an additional creature each combat, or let's just end the stream like right now. I mean, which I'm probably not going to play any matches. I did what I wanted to do. I get the win that I wanted. So one thing that we will do before ending the stream is just basically we'll go through a couple of decks and talk about like what we could balance out in those decks. I guess this is kind of what sums up the session. Yeah. So my Seeker's deck, which is one of the decks that actually works pretty well. What I have to do here is I need to think about certain Planeswalkers and about their role, about their specific role in this deck, because I have a lot of Planeswalkers that are not necessarily working here. So for instance, Jace is just here because he might work. but in most cases he's probably not going to. So there's a lot of like cards like Sarkhan. It might work, it might not, so it all depends. So there's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes down to this deck, and this is something that I need to address once we will try to rebuild it. But in most cases, the strategy of this deck is to basically, this is a strict Planeswalker deck that works with a lot of Planeswalkers, and it kind of works. Of course, the only place where we will be able to test it is during the singleton events. I skipped the last couple of singleton events because they usually are starting in the time that I'm not able to play them, or I don't have a gold to play them, or they're starting the time that it's pretty bad for me and I'm not able to play a singleton. So in terms of making this deck better, again, the only way to make it better is to test it in singleton and see how it works. It kind of seems pretty balanced because it has one big strategy, and we might put more cards that will give us more lands eventually. But in most cases, we have a lot of removal and Planeswalkers, and hopefully prolonged game to the point of starting to play Planeswalkers and win with the Planeswalkers. But as we know, the opponent might have a interesting thing, like, where is it? If opponent will put in play this, the Immortal Sun, this deck is basically done. It's not going to be able to do anything, and this is one of the problems of this deck. So we don't have anything against that. I mean, this is something that I will need to address. This is something that I will need to kind of think about and work around, find a workaround, but this is something that hopefully I will do. Yeah, my opponent is still not writing me. Hopefully it will happen. So yeah. So Seeker's deck is pretty fine. So in terms of the Victory Seekers, I don't know. This is something that definitely needs to be rebuilt and we need to make it a little bit more consistent. Again, this is kind of a little bit heavier version of the Seeker's deck. By heavier, I mean we have more copies of certain cards, but in most cases, kind of still is the same. One thing that I could do is just make it less Planeswalker heavy and more maybe removal heavy. And we need to definitely revisit a lot of lands here, because I already opened multiple kind of lands, so I actually could think about adding multiple copies of certain lands, etc. So this is something that we need to rebuild, basically balance it out in terms of how it could potentially work. Speed Seekers, this is something that I definitely need to think about, like, to making it different, because I don't like this type of aggressive deck. Although it works, the whole point of this deck is speed, and the quicker we will win, the faster this deck will work. One thing that to think about is to add more risk factors, because having just one, kind of not enough. Having more Rekindling Phoenixes, probably thinking about Jaya Ballard as something like having a lot of Banefires could be a good idea too, at least 2 of them. So just make deck a little bit more heavy on big cards. We could even do this even now, like, why not? Okay, we could remove that one. And we need to find what to remove. Usually I'm not utilizing this one. Copier, kinda cool. Yeah, I'm rarely using this one, but the only cool thing about it, we will be able to draw an additional card. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Again, we could get rid of Fountain of Renewal. This is not something that works for this deck. It could help us to survive longer, but usually it's not something that works. Let's just remove it then. And bring back the thing that will help us to deal to draw a card. Yep, and give our creatures first strike. That actually could help. So yeah, now this deck is a little bit more like balanced maybe. But again, Color Seekers, this is something that I'm still building. I mean, this deck is pretty far from its actual state, planned state, but this is something that I need to completely rebuild. This is a pretty complex deck. There's a lot of weird strategies in here. It's not definitive, and considering my new experiences, this deck doesn't work in its current state. We need to rebuild it. Two Seekers, this is just an iteration of the deck that works with creatures 2 or less, 2 power or less, and this is it. So it's pretty similar to the regular one. It's kind of works, but it's sometimes not. Nature Seekers, we will get back to it once the tournament will end. I will reanalyze this deck and what its weaknesses after I will see it in tournament. Death Seekers, it's kind of another iteration of the Nature Seekers deck that completely focuses on Death Touch creatures. Again, we definitely need to make it a little bit better. What I started to notice that Golgari doesn't have that many strategies that I would like to utilize, unfortunately. Although this is my favorite color combination, it still doesn't give me what I would need from those colors. Yeah, this is Nature Seekers, just my personal version outside of the tournament that I can change. Although I'm not doing this, it's similar, but just that one. Sacrifice Seekers, again, the deck that basically focuses on sacrificing. So there's a lot of cards that basically working with sacrificial things. Yeah. What else? Papier. It's again, this is just for the event, deck specifically created for the event, and it kind of works. It's not a red deck, it's probably a token deck, and I actually won a lot of matches with it, so it's actually pretty cool. It works with discarding, with producing a lot of tokens, and then hitting with Gruesome Fate and killing the opponent. Considering like the format itself, it's actually pretty strong. So the Darkness Seekers, again, just a deck that for now focuses on utilizing the strategy of returning cards from the graveyard. Specifically, it's created to be utilized within this card, but unfortunately I have only 2 copies of it. Once we will get 4 copies, this deck will become a little bit more defined, and we will start to basically add all cards that will support the Desecrated Tome. But until then, it's going to be pretty one-directional and not interesting that much. At least it's not going to be efficient. Nature Seekers, again, this is just a tournament version of the sideboarded version against blue-red decks, such as EZs. This is the exact same version with sideboarded version, but against mono green, that I created specifically to fight my second opponent in a game 2 or 3, if I will use it, of course. Water Seekers, we played them today. I definitely need to make them a little bit better, but the only reason why I lost today is probably because I didn't get proper cards. Like, ideally this deck works fine, and it's pretty hard to balance it out. Again, I don't want to create like 4 copies of each card. I like to play 2 copies of each. For me, this is the way that I'm playing. It creates a little bit more versatility, but again, with versatility comes inconsistencies, so this is kind of the trade-off that I have to take if I want to play the way that I want to play. Tree Seekers, again, one thing that I'm considering nowadays is to change the splash of red here onto a splash of black. I actually might change this. This is something that I need to think about. But again, this is something that I will make, this decision I will make probably later, outside of the streets. When it comes down to the Staff Seekers, again, this deck, in most cases, is kind of weird. It focuses on Mentor ability and First Strike and such things, so it's kind of similar, it's pretty predictable. One thing that I like about this deck is this, so it would be cooler to have more copies of this, to make it a little bit more consistent, more copies of Angel, and which we have, but still more copies of these guys. So this deck just needs to be done, basically has to become a little bit more consistent. Garbage Seekers, I kind of like how they work already, but the problem with them, like, I definitely need at least 4 copies of Tetsuka in order for this deck to work, like, to be a little bit more consistent, I would say. Or So the rest, I don't know, changing the splash of red, probably not. Kind of like it. By the way, it's not splash of red anymore, it's a borderline now. Yep. But again, this is something that we need to think about. And that's it. So again, I don't have that many decks, so I definitely need to rebalance them a little bit, but this is something that I will do outside of the streams probably. Like, we need to think how to rebalance them better. Maybe again, maybe this is something that we need to think about during unscheduled streams in Russian, once Russian language will be added into the game. Hopefully the switch between Russian and English is going to be easy, so the only thing that I will need to do is just to basically switch language in here, and it will be quick. So let's just try to do that now. I kind of want to see how the change of the language will, like, do we need to restart the game or not? So let's just change it to a French. Yeah, it's actually pretty quick. I mean, it doesn't change us that much. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So that means that in order to change the language, I just need to change it's in graphic, and it's going to be relatively quick. So I don't need to restart the game or whatever. So it's actually a pretty good thing. So it will make things a little bit easier in terms of the language switch. So yeah, I guess this is kind of it. We're going to finish on that note. I finished the match there. So I guess thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Have a nice day or night, and see you in the next session. Bye.